What is going on, folks? Randy here with RTS Mobile Gaming. I am bringing you another update for Sunind. This is a new Sunind build I've been running for the past few days, and I actually like it significantly better than my previous pure damage build. This is a little bit of a build healing hybrid, and I'm here to show you the report, walk you through the build, and tell you why I feel like this is the more superior build that I've run in PvP here in Season 6 for the Lord of the Rings Rise to War. Okay, so let's start with my opponent. I'm not fighting against a pleb. It's a decently geared Gandalf, high respect level 47. He does have 8 levels on me. I am only level 39, so keep that in mind as you look at this report. The Sunind build itself is pretty standard gear with plus ranged attack. I have plus 12 attack for my Morgul Arbalast from equipment, plus 1 attack to my Morgul Arbalast from the bottom R0 skill. And then skill wise, this is where it gets a little funky. I do not have the top R0 tree at all. I do not have the middle tree at all. I've gone full into the R5 tree and the bottom R0 tree for very high damage, however, high early healing build, okay? So the bottom R0 tree, you're going to want Heraldric Tactics, plus 30 damage, right? Plus 1 attack. Then you're going to get Inspiration. This is going to be 35 to 45% bonus damage for 3 rounds, depending on your commander's focus stat, okay? Then we'll go into the R5 tree. This, when you have 3 units in your army, will trigger a decent little heal, which is nice, okay? So having this heal triggered is more valuable to me than having 2 units and only having plus 30% damage from Heraldric Tactics. So get the plus 60% damage from Heraldric Tactics, get the healing here from the R5, go into reserves, get additional healing. If you guys didn't see my previous healing videos, basically you heal significantly more in the round that you've taken the damage versus if you try and heal that damage 5 rounds later with something like rear reinforcements or a skill like that. Your healing amount, even possible to heal, drops every single round. So by healing, the second you take damage, you are being really, really efficient with your healing. And what you're doing is you are turning those first few rounds of the fight into a massive advantage for yourself, where you have plus 40% or so damage from Inspiration, and you've just reduced your damage dramatically for those couple rounds, giving yourself a huge advantage, okay? And then next we have Quicksand. Quicksand is really underrated. Everybody likes to put 1 point in Quicksand, but let me talk about Quicksand, okay? Quicksand with 7 points in it is plus 20% damage debuff to an enemy for the duration of the fight, okay? That's better than having Feint, which triggers every 1.5 rounds, gives you 35% damage from 1 attack for each one of your units. This will basically, for your Morgul Arbalast, this will allow all 4 damage instances every single round to get this damage bonus. So Quicksand is super valuable. It is dispellable. They can cleanse it, so keep that in mind. But where do I go from here, right? I'm only level 39. Where do my points go from here? Well, I'm respect level 6, so I would max out Quicksand. Then I would go down and get Feint. Feint is still a strong ability, okay? And then after that, I would go up to the top R0 tree and start working on that, okay? Actual performance. You can see here just under 34,000 healing here with this Sunind. This is a draw, okay? Maybe this would have been a W if I was running the Poison Panther build. I don't know, but I have liked the consistent performance of this healing build much better than the pure damage glass cannon version, since you are very susceptible to madness, stun, and really any sort of avoidance abilities after round 3. This build can get countered very easily. So having this early fight healing has helped me perform much better against stronger opponents like this Gandalf, okay? That's my opinion. I almost always like pure damage, so you will almost never hear me recommend you take points out of something like Feint and put them into a heal. This is like a one-time only get out of free jail card, okay? So, I mean, check this out. I'm going to have plus 60% damage to the Arbalest, then plus 44.6. So now I'm at 104.6% damage, right? Then the enemies are going to take 14.2% more damage received. This is such a powerful skill because it is going to work against the enemy's damage mitigation additive and subtractive equation. So it's applied differently, and it can be more effective that way. Okay. Like, for example, this is going to directly reduce the Mithrandir bonus, right? Down to 16%. It's pretty fantastic. Okay. Round 1, folks. Let's take a look at round 1. Wait until you see this healing. Check this out. I take damage twice. I get healed twice. I get healed 5 total times per unit, okay? So that is a lot of healing. This is the maximum amount of healing that a 60% heal can deal for my units anytime in the fight. In round 2, this would be dropping by about 10%. So this is a big deal. Okay. Let's see here. I am triggering White Council and everything. Okay. Here's what I'm talking about, right? These units are very susceptible. Sunind is extremely susceptible to crowd control. As you can see, her main damage dealers are stunned in round 1 and get nothing off. Okay. Here in round 2, I'm still triggering some nice heals on my units. Look, heal, heal, heal. It's just adding up so quickly. This is giving me a massive advantage to help me overcome crowd control, okay? The Mortal Arbalest finally get their attacks off here in round 2. We do punch the Cataphracts directly in the face. Then we attack the Sentinels and punch them in the face as well. So even with White Council, guys, I am putting out a large amount of damage, okay? And we're talking White Council, and we're talking High Alert, and we're talking Free Peoples. So this is a 14% mitigation. This is a 50% mitigation to the secondary poison damage, right? And overall, you just happen to have White Council, which is a 33%. So a lot of damage output. Really, really fantastic to pair with that healing, okay? Let's take a look at round 3. Take a look at round 3, because now we're going to get affected by Blind and Hysteria again, okay? Right. Gandalf has now stunned the Halberdiers. Thankfully, he did not stun the Arbalest. I would be crying. I'm still triggering heals. Check this out. I'm still triggering heals. Look at this. Boom. Oh my god, I got madness. I attacked my own units here. See? So, very susceptible to crowd control. Can you imagine a fight where my Arbalests aren't stunned in round 1 and then are inflicted by madness in round 3? Can you imagine the victory this would have been? So this is quite a tough fight for my build, to be honest with you. My overall damage in those first 3 rounds was almost nothing because my Arbalests were stunned in round 1. They were madness in round 3. And quite frankly, they got dominated in those first 3 rounds and really wasted my inspiration buff. So I think that the healing really helped save this fight. I didn't even open this report before this video, right? I like to open these reports on the video for the first time and take a look at it with you and give you my raw reactions. So I think the fact that I had so much healing early on, right? 34,000 healing in the first couple rounds of the fight, I think that dramatically changed the landscape here, considering my Arbalests were crowd controlled for round 1 and they did self-inflicted damage in round 3. So without that, I think we'd be looking at a much different fight, probably a loss to this Gandalf, and that's where I'm at, okay? So if you guys have enjoyed this Sunind healing build, go ahead and give me that like and sub. I love you long time. I'm going to go ahead and head to the gym. Randy out.